Psychiatrist Dr. Keith, so what do you think about this one sip? So this is what the study said, sipping alcohol, one sip before 6th grade, it leads you to be 5 times more likely to drink a full glass by high school and 4 times more likely to binge drink by high school. Your thoughts?
Here's what I think. I don't think that this is pristine science. I don't think that we can tell families, hey, don't let your kids sip alcohol because this terrible outcome is going to befall them. Here's why. It relies on the participants in the study telling the researchers whether they went on to drink a full glass or to get drunk during these early years after sipping. But listen, people have selective memory, and it's certainly possible that for the folks who galvanized their interest in alcohol, they remember that first sip, or they say they do. I don't remember mine. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't remember.
I remember I had a taste of whiskey when I was probably 7, and I thought it was just about the worst thing I ever had. Of course, these days, now that I'm a little older,
you love it.
It's tasty after noon. But Keith, ultimately, doesn't it come down to the parents who are modeling good behavior in front of their children and trying to show them the right way to handle alcohol and everything else in life?
Absolutely, and that's why I don't buy the study, even though I'm sure the researchers were well-intentioned. They're from Brown. I have a special place in my heart for Brown. I went there and all that. But the bottom line is there are so many factors that influence addiction and binge drinking. There are things like character. Did your parents tell you that you were, destined for good things, that you should have self-esteem, not take big risks? Were they interested in everything you did? These are the things that matter, not whether your parents gave you a little sip of whiskey.
Let me push back a little bit. There's a forbidden. If you tell me I can't, I want to. So if you say I can, it loses that allure. What about that school of thought?
Well, I think you're right. I mean, for my taste, if you will, in my household, I don't want to overvalue alcohol and suggest it's this mystical, mysterious substance. You can never go near it or your life will be ruined. That's what this study says. But the bottom line is that's just not true, because it's really in the drinker, the propensity for alcoholism. It's not in whether your dad said, here, have a little burgundy, a tiny bit. Because that demystifies it.
Never know.
Yeah, the next study done, exactly.
All right.
I think parents can decide these things. Don't let this university study decide it for you.
All right. Brown graduate, Dr. Keith Ablow, thank you very much for joining us live and weighing in on the
And this is what
study.
happened. Can you imagine?
There you go.
Thanks,
all right. Thank you, Keith.